I'm real proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I mean, 400,000 views, most watched video ever, that's something.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll have an agent, leave this all behind, move to Calabasas just to make vines.
TikToks.
Yeah, that one. I mean, 400,000 views. I'm way too big now. I'm way too popular.
That's true, and I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Hey, have you seen that video of Nasher using the stick with the hole in it?
Why? How many views is it? Oh, come on! Hi, kids!
Victorious puppies! Oh.
This team is ruining my life. Why do I want hockey? Stress relief!
We can, and we will.
When I give you this treat, we're gonna forget all about what happened Saturday, alright? Alright? Victory, puppies, boys! Yeah! I bet this one will get 500,000 views too! For sure! For sure!
People definitely prefer watching joy to pain, right? Right? You're all evil!
Well, hey everyone. I don't plan on having an aneurysm in this video, but I guess you never know. Leafs win! 4-3 over the Tampa Bay Lightning, losing Jake Muzzin to injury in the process. But a big 2 points just the same, and this season has been a lot of fun. And remember, anything I don't talk about in this video will be on the brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast being recorded today. Until then, let's talk about that game. Heading into this game, people are like, oh, Leaf fans are so negative, they're all doom and gloom. You know, most Leaf fans thought they were gonna beat the Lightning, right? Oh, you think it's as simple as we're in a bad mood? We thought they were gonna beat the Lightning because we were in a bad mood. Here's exactly what I expect. Getting embarrassed by the Penguins, shutting the Penguins out the next game, losing to a Zamboni driver the next game, and then beating arguably the league's best team. Likely followed by 5 straight losses. And who's the next game against? Florida! Let me just pre-book my therapy session there. Howdy, Doc, me again. Now, while we were expecting a good Leaf response, about halfway through the first period, it's the Leafs' defensive problems in a nutshell. First of all, the pairing is on the ice of Timothy Liljegren and Rasmus Sandin. Everyone for so long was like, this is the answer. They're kids! They're both first-round picks. Honestly, I think both are going to be great, but asking them to do what they're currently doing is wild. Liljegren has the puck behind his own net. You hear, yeah, on the play, like someone's calling for it. I assume Kapanen, unless it was a Lightning guy head faking him. Kapanen tries to chip it out, and he can't. And this is, what are the Leafs defense supposed to do here? Engvall's long gone, but he's the high man. That's Kerfoot there is the second highest guy. He was back, but he was charging because it looked like Kapanen was actually going to chip it out. Kapanen, after failing to chip it out, stands there! Which led to this, which led to a goal, believe it or not, because that's Steven Stamkos giving it to Nikita Kucherov. Now, oh, you need a save from Freddie, or oh, what Sandin should have pressed L1 and R1 and just got down. It is a team defensive issue, and that's just miserable. Listen, sometimes you do need a save, and Freddie has not been up to snuff. That's a nightmare situation for him. Nightmare situation for both Liljegren and Sandin. I don't know what any of those 3 guys were supposed to do. So now it's 13 minutes into the game. It's a 1-0 Tampa lead, low event game. Shots are 6-4. The top line's been neutralized. The other top line's been neutralized. Sorry, you have $11 million players on 2 lines, and the third line gave up the first goal. It's up to the 4th line on the road against Tampa. Fun! And then the darndest thing happens, they actually do it. Frederick Gauthier crashing behind the net, exactly what a 4th line's supposed to do. Great! He absorbs 2 Lightning players, leaving Jason Spezza and the puck completely alone. Spezza throws it in front for Clifford, who whiffs on it, but the puck keeps going. Newly re-signed guy who's gonna be here for at least 4.5 years, Jake Muzzin! Blah! His 6th of the season ties the game up. Huge 4th line shift and a huge goal from a guy who has put the team on his back since calling them out. And you know what? That's just great awareness from Muzzin. Great shot from Muzzin. He deserves all the credit for that. But great 4th line shift. Clifford, although he whiffed, he was there. He had the right idea. Gauthier, working hard, actually using his weight behind the net. Yes, Goat. Yes, I will never argue that you should be out of the lineup if you do something like that. And Jason Spezza, I know Mike Babcock's been getting a lot of traction over the last few days. Oh, this team's too soft. Oh, that's what Babcock... Dude, he scratched Jason Spezza. He didn't know what he was talking about. Well, he's done this, he's done that. Dude, the way Jason Spezza has played this season, so inspired. It is stunning how many nights he looks like one of the top 3 forwards on the ice. This guy's 36. He lives and breathes the Leafs. I'm not even going to let that text interrupt me right now, or that one. I love Jason Spezza. Oh my God. Breaking news, literally breaking news. Defenseman Jake Muzzin is expected to be out of the lineup for approximately 4 weeks after suffering a broken hand last night. Defenseman Calle Rosen has been recalled from the Marlies. Man, This season sucks. All right, I'll get to that later. Gotta keep talking about this game before, late in the first period, Leafs get a power play. What? Are you feeling okay there, Stripes? Leafs doing a good job of working it around. Austin Matthews has it, sends it to Tyson Barrie. Little soft half clapper from the point. Everyone gets on Tyson Barrie for the point shot. I try to be on him less about it than others because this is exactly what he's going for most of the time. He's not taking the shot to score. He's taking the shot for a rebound or a tip. And dude, if you had John Tavares and William Nylander in front, and William Nylander's got a lot of net front goals, you would try that too. Tavares tips it in. He needed to have a big game. He's been getting a little bit of criticism just because he's a Leaf and everyone's been getting criticism. And all of a sudden the Leafs have a lead on Tampa. Little over halfway through the second, Tampa ties it up with a mess. Credit where credit's due, Tampa is flying in, and they've clearly caught the Leafs on some sort of line change, I think, because the line is Marner, Tavares, Hyman, which, looking at what happened on the play, should still probably be concerning on account of that's the line that the Leafs taxed with shutting down Bergeron, Pasternak, and Marchand. Hey Doc, me again. Looking at this, the easy takeaway is Patrick Maroon is just bullying Rasmus Sandin in front. Bullying him. But the other part of me goes, dude, who the hell has Paquette? Nobody! Shot from the point, Paquette tips it on purpose, Maroon tips it by accident, and it's in the net. That's another one you could easily blame on Sandin, the 19-year-old. He's getting bullied in front by Maroon, and that is definitely part of it. But dude, it was a mess. And again, it was a mess where the forwards on the ice were just not much of a help. Greg Millen goes as far back as Tavares chopping it out, trying to get it out, and Marner just looks at it, as he put it. Take your pick of who you want to blame on the goal, but I think either defenseman probably falls far down. Very shortly after, John Tavares with the clean face-off win back to Travis Dermott. He puts it on, stopped, and Tampa's gonna clear it. Except they don't. Willie bats it down, Nikita Kucherov's coming in, and he fights him off too. Whacks it behind him to John Tavares. He bobbles it a little bit, but he works on it, keeps it. Whoa! Backhand roof on Andrei Vasilevsky. Oh, did JT need a goal like that? He's been tipping him in, banging him in, and that is what he's best at. But man, the stuff he's capable of, that's nuts. Sometimes I still wonder if that broken finger from earlier in the season is a factor. Dude, I fell down the stairs. Remember that video I had my finger all taped up? I just got it x-rayed because it's not improving. Thing's not even broken. I can barely do anything with it. But I'm just a little blogger boy, and John Tavares is a captain man! Pajama man! It's actually bedsheet man. Stop ruining everything, just stop. The Leafs retake the lead with the captain's second of the game, and a beauty. Wicked effort from Willie on that. Not long after, Kevin Shattenkirk high stick on Frederic Gauthier, which is a really high stick. That is not just 2 minutes for you can't do that, it's 4 minutes for you definitely can't do that, and also how did you do that? On the ensuing power play, first minute of the ensuing power play, Mitch Marner handling the puck, showing a lot of patience. I really liked him on this play. He's been taking a lot of guff, and he's deserved it, but he was great here. Sends it to Willie, who's stick handling in a phone booth. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go to the backhand? He doesn't really have a lot of... Oh! Billy, I gotta go pee on a stick after that goal. My goodness. Did he save the puck from that goal? I want to take maternity photos with it. Like this. And between the legs off the bar, and William Nylander might be good at this. Now, for all the criticism he's been getting after everyone was grumpy about the David Ayres game, that's just what we're going to call it now, or we could call it the Zamboni driver game. Doesn't matter. For all the criticism William Nylander has taken, I wonder if he worked on that move when he was the only active Leaf at practice the day after that game. Dude, we've talked about it with William Nylander. He is not a flawless player. He is frustrating. The fact that the Leafs still need to talk to him like, hey, you got more to give. It's ridiculous any player in the NHL needs to be told that. But no player's perfect, and almost every player needs to be told that. William Nylander answered the bell after last game with the nicest goal of his career. The nicest one. So we head to the third period. Couple key injuries. First of all, I didn't even notice this. Steven Stamkos did not return in the third period. Some sort of lower body injury. Supposedly it's been bugging him for a while. I went back to Sportsnet after ice surfing because I had forgotten something, and we tried to find out what the injury was. So Stamkos goes into the end boards and he hits Kyle Clifford, and then the other end of the ice he hits Frederic Gauthier. neither hits, well, first of all, he threw both hits. He wasn't on the receiving end. Neither of them looked that hard. Couldn't really figure it out. I thought his left leg sort of buckled after he hit Goat, but really not much. He did immediately leave after the Goat hit, though. Jake Muzzin taking a shot to the hand, and it's not the first time that that's happened in recent memory. His hand's broken, and he's out for a month. So, for this game, it's hard enough in this game because you can't call someone up mid-game. You can't have someone come into the lineup mid-game unless it's a goalie. So, the guys on the left side who are remaining are, and this should make you appreciate the job that Jake Muzzin has done in the absence of Morgan Riley, the guys on the left side are Travis Dermott and Rasmus Sandin. Once again, Sandin is a teenager. His ELC just kicked in, like within the past month, and Travis Dermott is still on his entry level. Sandin's barely played in this game, and he was on for both goals against so far. I wouldn't blame him for either, really. Maybe the maroon thing. But Dermott, man, increasingly, I'm criticizing this guy. I'm criticizing here in the videos. I'm criticizing on the podcast. This guy, he's in a contract year. At the beginning of the season, I saw people talking about him making 3.5 with term. And now I'm like, should he even make more than Justin Hall? This is a huge opportunity for both him and Rasmus Sandin to step up. And honestly, I thought they did a good job. Well, Sandin did take a penalty right away, but the Leafs managed to kill it, and the Lightning managed to bring themselves within one. Here's what led to it, and I want you to tell me if this looks familiar. Something tells me the Lightning might have done a little bit of research, because here we are, once again, Rasmus Sandin taking on two guys. Tampa gets a shot because there's two of them, and Rasmus can't guard both of them. There's a rebound, and it's Yanni Gourde with the goal. There's another one where I want to go. Sandin was on the ice for all 3 goals against. There's another one. Oh, Justin Hall. He's been brutal since he signed the contract. Not entirely untrue. Maybe he could have been tougher on this goal on Yanni Gourde. The D are outnumbered again. Malgin's sort of the one who he accidentally caused that play to happen by whacking it out of the air with his hand. If he works a little harder, maybe that frees up Justin Hall to go support Sandin. I don't know anything, man. Anything other than what they did. So all 3 goals against. Sandin was on the ice. There's Freddie, obviously on the ice. He's the goalie. I don't know if I blame either of them for any of the 3. Maybe the second one for Sandin. So the Leafs defense, they don't have Jake Muzzin. They have a child back there. The forwards are no help. They're not even taking any shots. The shots are 14-3 in the 3rd period. And the Leafs win. A lot of people are talking about how they did it. Dude, they won! The Lightning didn't have Stamkos. The Leafs didn't have Muzzin! And I'm going to argue that's more important. You have 12 forwards, and it's not like the Lightning are exactly short on weapons. The Leafs have 6 D-men, and Muzzin is the best one! It's like, all right, the bullet's gone through my bulletproof vest. Now it's up to my t-shirt to stop it. And the darndest thing, it did. Couple key factors to this game. The Leafs actually scoring 2 power play goals, and having 2 power play opportunities, which you definitely can't complain about that for the Hurricanes game. That was a disgrace, but we all know that. The Leafs struggled so hard to get calls in a few games recently, but they lost them, and you just sound like a baby. The Leafs won this game. The 3rd period of this game, I can't show the full clip, but look at this. Look at this. Look what happens to Tavares. It's clear interference. A split second later, what are you doing? Dude, this isn't the refs. This is a call from above them. The directive is don't call stuff. Because it's the stretch run and warming up for the playoffs and hockey. Where the rule book and the code and whatever you want, they're like water in the wind. But also key, and I was criticizing this on Twitter during the game, the Leafs penalty kill was 26th in the league heading into the game. I don't know what it is now. Probably still pretty bad. It's the 6th worst penalty kill in the entire NHL. I remember when Babcock was first fired, we're looking at Paul McFarland and Dave Hackstall, and we're going, all right, show me what you got. Was Babcock actually holding you back? And there were improvements right away. Dude, the penalty kill sucks. And I've been harping on this. Dude, Frederick Gauthier is the only true center. Kerfoot plays sparingly, but none of them are true centers. There was a penalty recently where Zach Hyman was in the box, so Marner had to take the face off. What? That's not even Marner's fault. That's just There are no players! I can't remember who it was on the broadcast who was like, what, Tavares or Matthews? They can't take a face-off? Well, what if they lose the face-off? Well, they have a 10 to 15% better chance of winning it than Marner does. Again, that's not a slag on Marner. That's not even his job! But man, that penalty kill had a few key times in this game, including right away in the third period, came through. And Freddie was a big part of that too. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And honestly, I didn't mind the how. The Leafs won. Questions. How are you doing today, Steve? Better than Jake Muzzin, apparently. Between Saturday's video and the trade deadline and ice surfing, and we shot 5 videos in the digital studio yesterday, including the video that was on the pregame show, and this video, and the podcast tonight, my voice hurts. Also, Dave Amber's got this wicked cough, and every time he comes near me, I'm like, how concerned are you about Muzz? Well, I'm not concerned about him. Like, he's gonna be fine. Like, the medical staff is gonna have him taken care of. He's gonna be out 4 weeks. He's safe. He's fine. In terms of the team, I mean, it's just part of it. Right? The Leafs are really up there in terms of man games lost. In terms of wins above replacement loss, so that's like man games lost and quality of player, I can't remember where I saw the chart. The Leafs were 5th last time I checked. Dude, they've got to be like approaching like top 3. Listen, it's a sink or swim league, and for Travis Dermott and for Rasmus Sandin, this is an enormous challenge for them and an enormous opportunity. Same with Calle Rosen, man. It's a challenge for all of them. Tyson Barrie's had more dumped on his plate. Justin Hall is without his defense partner again. And Sheldon Keefe, good luck with that. But like I said throughout this video, it's not just the defensemen. It's not just the pairings. The forwards got to come back and do their job. It's a challenge for them. We're all in the Truman Show, right? Well, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Brand new Panacle Pizza Steve Dangle podcast tonight, and I'm going to be in Waterloo on Saturday. If you're interested in the rest of the book tour, here it is. This is the time of the video where I'm like, hey, I'm signing books. Please come see it. My voice is dying. It's dying, man. Anyway, books.